You're listening to Moviesucktastic.
Dude, no! Oh!
Well, hello there.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm sorry, I fell asleep there. What's going on?
Hey! It's our January episode.
It's our first episode of the year 2019.
That's right. Very first one. And we're going to be doing January reviews tonight. Oh wow, that video is gigantic. Sorry.
Well, we're not really reviewing January films, as we're recapping the January releases of this year, which we've done almost regularly every year since we started the podcast.
Yeah, it's a favorite of ours.
Oh, and I got to tell you, one of my New Year's resolutions this year is to go to the theater more.
I wish. Well, yeah, I can't say that I don't go to the theater that often. I think I see about 7 or 8 movies a year. Which
I need to step it up a bit.
It's not enough, but
yeah. And
the only reason I get to see that many is because I have kids.
Well, you're not, but you're watching kids' films.
We're starting to see more superhero stuff.
Kids films.
All right, I won't deny you that.
All right, I like them too. I'm not saying, but now that I'm down here in Texas, I've got all these theaters around me, and almost all of them are dine-in with alcohol.
That's awesome.
So I'm gonna start going to movies more, and this month is gonna be the first time in a while that I've been to the movies. I plan on seeing, hopefully, at least half of the movies that we're going to cover tonight.
Well, that's cool. Well, what kind of? I mean, I know it's Texas, so I don't know anything about ticket prices, but standard. I mean, cheaper, more expensive. What are we looking at?
Well, the movie I'm planning on seeing this weekend is only going to cost me $6.
Is it a matinee?
It's Sunday 11 a.m. is what I was looking at.
Oh,
I'm not. I haven't looked too much into the matinee prices because I'm going to go no matter what.
Right.
So I'm not sure what the standard price is, but I'm looking at going to the Movie Tavern Theater, which is a chain down here of dine-in theaters, and the Sunday morning ticket is going to be $6.
That's fantastic.
Right.
The movie theater that we went to for my son's birthday, the one that we could walk to from my house, it's so mismanaged. And I would truly love to buy that thing and just do it the right way. It has like 7 screens, but the screening rooms are really small. And I think the theater used to have 2 or 3 screens, and they chopped them up to show more movies. I mean, obviously they want to make as much money as possible. So I think I would actually chop it down back to a 2 to 3 screen theater if I owned it. And I would show more independent stuff. I would definitely show the popcorn films. You have to, or else you're not making any money.
Well, yeah.
But then I would definitely do the indie art house. I would definitely be doing that because I think that would make more money than people would realize. But I think this management, they just want to show the popcorn stuff, and they don't manage it the right way. So, like for instance, the marquee, it's neon. It says Union Theaters, and it's neon. But the neon parts of it have broken, So it just says Thea, and it drives me crazy because it used to have the light bulb marquee, and they upgraded it to this neon shit, which is fine if you maintain it. But if you don't, then you got Thea. But if you kept the bulbs, you just change the bulbs. But whatever. Anyhow. So January films. Yeah.
Yes.
You just got to get on that Moviesucktastic
I just want to give
game.
And just a warning in advance. I am currently suffering from this lengthy chest cold that's going around.
Yeah, I've heard about it. It sucks.
So I'm okay to talk to do the show, but every now and then I might have to mute myself to cough a little bit. I am soothing my throat with a glass of Angel's Envy bourbon, highly recommended. So I'm hoping that'll smooth the wrinkles out of it.
Is that doctor approved?
Gives a fuck. It's working. That's all that matters.
Let me ask you a quick question before we get this show started.
Yes, sir.
Did you get the latest update for your Plex server?
I don't know.
Because I did, and the latest web browser, not the actual server software, but the browser, it mimics the server software. But now you got statistics.
Oh, I saw the email on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, of what everybody watches.
Yeah. So do you want to know what your most watched thing is?
On your Plex?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I don't know.
Well, you haven't really... Actually, I'm looking at this for the first time. You haven't really watched anything on my Plex.
Well, now that I got the good internet down here, it's less necessary.
I mean, this is an all-time listing here, but you've watched Frozen twice.
That was my parents. I have not watched Frozen once.
Slugs have been watched twice.
That was probably me.
And Hotel Transylvania twice.
It was not me.
One play of Jackass, one play of Brain Dead, one play of Jodorowsky's Dune.
Jackass was most likely Lilith. Brain Dead was probably me. Dune, is that a recent playing of Dune?
You know what?
Jodorowsky Dune?
It has the statistics, but it doesn't really go that deep as to when it was played. I wish it did.
It could have been my father.
Okay. And
now, where are you finding these statistics?
So when you go to Plex.tv and you launch the web browser version. And
because it's not in the server. You have to go into the web browser version.
Yes. Yeah.
The
server end doesn't do that. It's the web server. It's the web browser version that does.
Doesn't make any sense.
I know it does. It's so weird because I went straight to the server and I'm like, "Where's my statistics?"
Oh, I will have to look at this up later then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I looked up my father because my father doesn't watch many things, but my father has watched 12 Angry Men 6 times.
6 down, 6 to go.
Yeah. And he's watched Django Unchained 5 times. And he's watched Quantum of Solace 4 times. It's like my father, when he likes something, he watches it many times. My father's... apparently, he's tried to watch the TV show Ray Donovan. So, yeah, it's like Last Man Standing 3 times. Kiss of the Dragon 3 times. The Foreigner with Jackie Chan 4 times. Untouchables 4 times. And that's just an all-time. If I just do, like, say last year, it's different films. 30 days. You can do 30 days, 70 days, things like that. Oh, my God. My father watched Alan Quatermain in the City of Gold.
All right, I'm on the Plex TV page. Where do I go to see it?
Well, someone is streaming something right now. I really hope the statistics don't come up only when someone is streaming something. But there's that little, next to the screwdriver and wrench, there's that activity tab. I believe if you click that, it should give you your stats.
No, but that's on my Plex server.
No, it's also on the web browser.
But how do you get into the web browser one?
Plex.tv.
Yeah, I'm there. I never use it. How do I?
So once you're there, if you haven't signed in, you should have like the 3 lines.
I signed in,
and it should have a launch button you can click.
I see launch, but then that just launches the server.
Yeah.
I think.
So when you go up to the top right, where your like icon is for your user account, in there should be an activity button you can click, and then the
oh, here we go. It wasn't coming up before. Now it's coming up.
Okay, fine. So that's where everything is, and it's cool. It breaks it down. It's got your play history, your top people that's using your server a lot.
Oh my!
So do you have statistics for adult content?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Me neither. I don't know what I'm talking about either.
I'm my own top user because no one else here signs into their own goddamn account when they use Plex. Thank you very much, everybody.
They have their own accounts though?
Yeah, they don't use them. They just sign into mine.
Oh, what the hell?
I know. I only want that so when they watch something, it doesn't get marked as played if I haven't watched it. That's all I want.
That is. We're not even going to go into it because I'm on your side. As someone that plays with servers and computers all the time, it's like if I made you an account, use it. If I made you an account, use it.
Yeah, I can't go into my top played. But anyway, so what are we doing tonight?
We're doing the January films of 2019. The very first film is going to be Escape Room, which comes out tomorrow.
Which I will be seeing Sunday.
January 4th. Oh, that is the film you're seeing. Oh boy.
Well, it's the only one opening this weekend, so, do the math.
Got it. That is right. I have the release schedule. There is only 7 films being released this month, which I feel like that is a small amount. That is not a very large number of movies. I feel like we've done when we've done these January films, a lot more films that have gone wide in January. It feels like this is a very short list.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm actually doing all 7 because there are films here that I don't give a shit about, that I would not care to. It's like, why bother? But the fact is, there's only 7 of them, so we're going to do them all.
Well, and we'll do a finger list on this at the end, obviously.
Oh, of course. I mean, that is tradition for the January. So, Escape Room, are you ready to go?
Yep.
All right.
Hang on. Let me just make sure. Hold on. Hang on.
You let me know when you're ready, good sir.
Well, I'm waiting for my computer to respond somehow to the things I'm clicking. And I don't know what the fuck is going on here.
Well, while you do that, I'll talk a little bit about Escape Room. According to the synopsis here, it says 6 strangers find themselves in circumstances beyond their control and must use their wits to survive.
I have not seen this trailer yet.
Meaning, I haven't seen. The only trailer that I've seen is Glass, because that came out like forever ago.
Right.
So that's the only trailer I've actually seen of all of these that we're doing tonight.
Okay, I figured out my click issue. I'm ready to go this one when you
ready to go? I'm ready right now.
Little boxes made of ticky-tacky little boxes on the hillside, and they all look.
You should be able to hear this trailer from my end too, right?
You want to control your life.
What's in the
But
box?
life isn't a science experiment. You can't contain your world forever. Try doing one thing that scares you over break, okay?
Yeah. This serves as an entry voucher
For Minos escape rooms.
Be the first to escape our most immersive room yet.
And win $1 million.
So, when does the game start?
Uh-oh.
I think this is the escape room.
We should look for clues.
What are we looking for here? Anything that looks like a puzzle or a code.
It looks like an oven dial.
That looks real.
It's kind of warming up in here.
Excuse me, we'd like our hit now, please.
Well, that's creepy as hell.
Is it getting hotter? How do we get out of here?
It's Fahrenheit 451. Got it!
immersive.
What's wrong with you? That was real.
Dumb question. Are we outside? The sooner we get this figured out, the sooner we get the hell out of here. Who would do this?
Little boxes on the hillside. Little boxes made of ticky-tacky.
They're watching us. They know every move that we're making.
There's a blue one.
They knew everything about us.
And a blue one.
This is my hospital bed.
Me too.
They're all
They made these rooms for us.
You ever seen things that weren't there before?
I am not imagining this.
Surviving is a choice.
I want out. You let me out of here now. That's why they chose us.
and they all look just the same.
So they basically took everything that was good about Cube and oh shit, did we lose Scott? What happened?
You hung up on me.
No, I didn't.
Only thing I can think of.
Well, I have to hit the space bar to pause these videos in between, and I guess it's possible your video was highlighted, and then I hung up on you.
We'll find out after the next one. Won't we?
I guess we will.
Now, this is obviously like a cross between Saw
And Cube.
and Cube, definitely.
Yeah.
With a little bit of your typical House on a Haunted Hill scenario.
Yep.
Oh, win $1 million, eh?
Yeah.
You know, that shtick.
And they took a subject, an escape room, which are very popular right now, and they made it a horror film out of it. So
now I know for a fact there are already some escape room horror films out there.
Oh, are they? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're direct to video. I think they cranked them out real quick. I think I have at least one on my Plex.
Oh, all right.
I'm not sure. I have to look that up. But this isn't the first escape room horror film as much as it is the first theatrical release escape room horror
I mean, this is getting a wide release, and
in January, mind you.
By wide, we're talking 2,700 theaters. So that's pretty wide for a January film. Because we'll go through what each one, if it has a number, we'll talk about it for each film. There are some that are less than others. You got to have over 1,000. Actually, you know what? Yeah, there's only 3 movies that are listing screens, and that's this film, A Dog's Way Home, and Replicas, and there are all 3,000 screens or less, which is not. I mean, 3,000. That's actually quite a bit, but these big blockbusters, these really wide releases, they're getting 4,000, 4,500 screens at this point, which is that's ridiculous. Or 4,500 locations or theaters. So 2,700 is not a lot. It's probably going to have a pretty, for this film, what was the budget on this? Do we know?
I don't know.
$9 million. So this movie's absolutely going to make money. I don't even want to say it's going to break even. It's going to make money. Maybe double.
Is it the next Final Destination or Saw? Probably not.
No.
Although the Final Destination guy has a new film coming out. Have you seen that trailer yet?
What is that trailer? What is the movie?
It's called The Final Wish.
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
I was watching movie trailers the other night because I'm behind. I finally watched the Hellboy one.
Okay, what'd you think?
Not sure how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like people that were like young when the first one came out don't like this because it's more.
It's not Ron
bizarre.
Perlman. That's really their main problem.
Well, no, I think their main problem though is that watching the trailer, I think it borrows a lot from the actual comic book.
Well, I think that was the point, right?
Right, but so I'm saying, so
who
if
did
you,
the comic? Mike
if you know
Mignola?
what? Magnolia.
Magnolia?
I think. Magnolia. I don't.
I think it's Mignola.
But my point is, if your only exposure to Hellboy is those first two films, then this is bizarre to you. This is like, oh, they're changing it to something. No, this is what it was supposed to be in the first place.
Yeah, and it's going to be rated R. It's going to be extremely violent, and he actually looks physically more like Hellboy from the comic book too. So,
yeah,
I'm not. I liked the trailer. I don't know. I kind of liked the song. It's a Billy Idol song. I kind of liked it. I don't know if I loved it though. There have been other trailers that have utilized music where it's like, yeah, you know. I thought
it's no Suicide Squad, but
which I actually found out today that James Gunn is writing and directing the sequel because Disney fired him. Disney fired him for Guardians of the Galaxy for doing for those tweets from forever ago, and Warner Brothers is like, you know what, fuck it, he's a great director. We're hiring him to write and direct.
Right, because we're not fan.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of why I brought it up, but so James Gunn is going to write and direct Suicide Squad 2. They actually said that. Well, I'll wait for Scott to sit down because he'll want to hear it. But they actually said that they were going to start filming Suicide Squad 2 as early as last month or like late 2018, and they haven't, which just basically means that they're not ready yet.
Will Smith's too busy doing Aladdin. But this doesn't look. I mean, this looks interesting.
Escape Room. I'll definitely see it. In the comfort of my own living room. I will not go to the theater to see this.
As far as January release horror films go, this looks at the very least interesting. They have a budget enough where they're now again horror films are very heavy on the CGI stuff these days because it's so cheap and easy to do.
Oh yeah.
What they're doing now with a $9 million, it's like it's reversed now. $9 million budget. They're doing more than they ever could have 20 years ago with a $9 million budget.
Oh God, yeah, $9 million budget 20 years ago, 25 years ago gets you the Captain America film. I mean, it's really, they've come a really long way. And there's a lot. When you
say Captain America film, you're talking about the original.
Oh yeah, the Roger Corman one.
Roger Corman one. Not Roger Corman. That's Fantastic Four.
Didn't Corman do the Captain America one too?
I'm almost positive he did not.
Oh shit! Now I got to look it up.
Yeah, you think he did because it's that bad.
It's so fucking bad.
Yeah. No, but we're not talking about the first Avenger. We're talking
the
90s Captain
1990.
America.
I think it was 1990 Captain America.
Yeah.
The coolest line in that movie, and this ain't saying much, is "Heads up." That's the best line. Yeah, it came out in 1990.
Dude, I'll tell you, the first, again, not to go on a side trek here, but that first Captain America film was cool for like the first 10 minutes or 15 minutes or so, right up until they strapped the Captain America to a giant rocket, shot him into the Antarctic, and then Ned Beatty thawed him out. It's like, at that point, automatically, all bets are
Wow,
off.
okay, so I fucking nailed it on this. Captain America from 1990 cost $10 million.
Exactly. Look at the special effects in that fucking film.
My God. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
$10 million for that giant horse shit.
Yeah. So the only limitation to a horror film of this type is going to be the writing.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to give it a shot. It doesn't seem as bad. I'd watch this way before I'd watch another Annabelle fucking movie.
I haven't seen any of them yet.
Good on you.
I haven't bothered.
So I will be seeing this weekend, and we will be doing a quick review next week of this. If you're able to see it too, we'll do a full review.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Or maybe we'll do a full review just to throw it up, like with just me doing a quick full review, and then we'll do whatever else we're doing.
Yeah, Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna, because the Oscar nominations don't come out till the 22nd of January. So
Right.
I don't know if if after this week we'll go back to the movie challenge for a week or two, because we're going to start reviewing Oscar movies, and that's going to pretty much be like every week, and then we got like 3 days off, and then it's the live show.
But no matter what, next episode there will be a review of
something.
Panic Room.
Panic Room.
Yeah.
Escape Room.
No.
Escape Room.
Escape Room.
Yes.
Escape Room. And not to go into fucking Panic Room again. And that'll probably be the title of the show, just because it's topical.
Yeah, sure.
Or recent.
Well, yeah, I think so. I think so.
But I still haven't decided what other January films are going to see in the theater. I haven't looked at them. So let's move on to your next choice.
All right, the next one is A Dog's Way Home.
Oh, Jesus fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
what?
there can't be any confusion about what this film's about, right?
No confusion.
I'm assuming the dog talks. Like a voiceover narration.
I haven't seen the trailer for, like I said, the only trailer I've seen is Glass, so we're gonna find out together.
All right.
You ready?
Say when.
Oh, can you
Yep.
you can hear the trailer on my end, right?
I think so.
Okay. All right. You ready?
Yep.
Let's go now.
You want a tiny piece of cheese.
The first thing I remember is Lucas.
Fucking music.
does seem to really
Hear
like
this in
you.
a coffee
The
shop.
sign her home's supposed to be with me.
I called it.
Hi, Mom. I think I'm gonna call her Bella.
We played ball and we played Don't Choose Shoes.
Don't you shoot.
Really?
That one was his favorite.
Bella, it's just snow.
I had a great family and a place to call home. Squirrel, squirrel, squirrel! I was lost
There's a dog. Looks like she needs help.
and a long way from home.
What's your name? Sophie? Sadie. Bella. Bella! Good dog.
So they're too dumb to get this dog a
Who
collar.
the fuck you guessed Bella?
Yeah.
The world was far bigger and more uncertain than I could ever imagine.
Hey, get out of there!
That dog. I discovered that every challenge I met, every fear I faced, brought me one step closer to the place where I
Can't do it.
Am I right that it said from the makers of A Dog's Purpose?
Yeah. Which
There's a fucking shock.
I'm not. You know what? When I looked up this film for the trailer, A Dog's Purpose came up as well, so it makes fucking sense.
Who's guessing names for a dog and guesses Bella?
You look like a Bella. It's like, you know what?
Fuck.
I said it during the
Fuck.
trailer, and I'll say it again here. Did you just not have time to get your dog a collar with your address and phone number? I have a dog that's 12 years old, and she's had that since the day fucking one.
Now, here's the worst part. This dog looks just like our dog.
Oh.
This dog looks like Ringo. I have to keep this trailer away from everybody else in this house, because if they see it, we're going to end up watching this fucking thing.
Oh, God.
So
because it looks like
this
your
is
dog.
a big... Yeah, we have to keep this trailer between you and me.
Okay. I don't know how
I know we
easy
just
that's
put it
gonna
on the
be.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got fucked there. But
And then-
this is the audio version, so as long as we don't... Oh, shit, I already mentioned it. Never mind.
And it's streaming to YouTube right now, so that video is
Yeah.
gonna... Yeah, maybe I'll make the wallpaper A Dog's Way Home.
And then they put like the...
Don't
then they
watch
put like the country song in there.
It's the coffee house indie music. I mean, I'm fucking tired of this shit. I'm so done with the coffee house indie music.
This trailer gave me a headache. It's like I'm gonna find my way home.
It's fucking Mumford and Sons, which they're not bad. I like them, but it's like, Jesus Christ, everyone's just trying to sound like that, and it's your typical coffee house indie music, and I'm done with it.
And now Bella's a fucking now we're just calling everybody Bella now.
Bella.
The Bella. Come on.
I mean, that scene probably lasts maybe 10 more seconds than that where he just randomly says like 3 names and gets it.
The trailer
be great if
is
that,
not is.
I was gonna say it would be great if that scene lasted 7 minutes of him trying to guess names.
It felt the trailer
trailer
was painful enough until they called the dog Bella. Hey, dude,
you called it
when that movie's over. They're gonna fuck that little dog.
Yeah, fuck that little dog.
Fuck that little dog.
I made I made that comment very recently, and nobody knew what the fuck I was talking about.
Of course they don't. That's a hard one.
It ain't that hard.
Hey,
listen, I know a lot of people haven't seen Shakes the Clown. I know that, but
see when my 29-year-old coworker tells me he hasn't seen Shaun of the Dead, I'm like, all right, fucking no, that's inexcusable. But when he doesn't know Shakes the Clown, I'm like, all right, I'll give that to you, obviously.
But here's the thing: it's such a jagged and crude response to anything. It's like, man, what the fuck is that? You'd think they would look it up.
Yeah, right. No, they just think you're a sick fuck. That's all they think.
Man, does he really think I'm gonna fuck this dog? I mean, what kind of person do they think I am? And then they start questioning their life, and it's like, listen, I put shit in quotes for a reason, so that you know that I'm quoting something.
I got a peanut butter pussy.
Oh,
round, smooth, and easy to spread.
Elizabeth, this is the big one.
And then, of course, there's always the great, you clowns are on dope. I got some ringtones to make tonight. Shit.
Oh, man. Yeah, the peanut butter pussy thing, that's What's-Her-Face from Sanford and Son. That's why I did the Elizabeth thing. He fucks Florence Henderson in the beginning of the movie. It just... goddamn.
Bobcat
Goldthwait.
All right, so let's just skip over the stupid dog fucking movie.
Yeah.
What do we got next?
All right, next is also on the same day. There's 3 movies coming out the same day, which is the 19th of... the 11th of January. So you have A Dog's Way Home. Next is Replicas.
All right, well, let's just say right now, for a fact, that A Dog's Way Home is most likely not one of the films I'll be watching this month. Let's just underline that.
Let's underline it, circle it, highlight it, however you want to do it.
Yep.
All right, you ready for Replicas?
Yep, I'm ready when you are.
Okay. I don't know. Sure. I did it again.
That was definitely fucking you.
It was me. I think I'm going to do something different this time. I'm going to have to minimize your video to pause it. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep hanging up on you.
I think that's fair. I would like. I think I'll like this more if I go in assuming it's a prequel to John Wick.
And that's why he's alone.
Yeah, because eventually,
I sometimes forget how bad of an actor Keanu Reeves is. No, it's true, because when he does films like John Wick, where he has almost no lines, and the movies are so fucking good. Those John Wick movies are so fucking good. Then he does something like this where he has actual speaking lines. And it's like, yeah, dude, you're a really bad actor. I like him, but I'm fully accepting that he's not a good actor.
Now, the one problem going into a film like this is, like, the reveal that's in the trailer, I guarantee the film takes a good 20, 30 minutes to build up to.
Yeah.
And you've already seen it in the fucking trailer.
It feels like they gave too much away in this trailer.
Yeah.
And because it probably tested bad, and that's why it's coming out in January, and they basically said, fuck it. We have to give you something so that we can make some of the... Yeah, exactly. Is that we got to do something.
Weekend. Yeah, if we don't make that opening weekend cash, we're not making anything.
Which the opening weekend for this, I guarantee you, will be in the $10 to $15 million range at best.
And what's the budget on this one, sir?
If it's listed, I'll tell you. Otherwise, I can look it up.
Notice I don't give a shit about what the budget was on A Dog's Way Home.
There is no budget listed, but I can find out.
If they eat the dog at the end, I'll go see it.
If you remember that, what was the movie?
It was Marley and Me.
Marley and Me, where they spray painted on the poster on the billboard. It says the dog dies at the end.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
I love that.
Replicas.
Anybody that wanted to see that movie deserved to have that spoiled for them.
And some of those scenes in the trailer, with the like ex machina kind of robot, android type thing.
I was thinking more iRobot.
Yeah, I think they're trying to be ex machina, which is a great fucking movie.
Yeah, but they're I think they're closer to iRobot.
What you physically,
but again,
sure.
Will Smith was too busy doing Aladdin.
Well, that movie was a hit, but the thing where I was going with it is some of the stop motion or CGI that they were using on that didn't look very good.
No,
it looked very choppy.
Was a hit?
Oh yeah,
was it?
It was a huge hit for Alex Proyas, the guy that did the fuck was it? It was Dark City. That was Alex Proyas. I think it had if I remember correctly, I think it had a $50 million opening weekend.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Let's see. Replicas. Oh, it only has its box office. I guess they're not releasing box numbers for this yet. Oh, here we go. Replicas. Financial information. The numbers. No budget. Fuck.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, exactly. If I can't find a budget for it, they're padding it. They're hiding it.
Someone's hiding it. Yeah. It's like, oh no, yeah. Oh, we lost all the money on it.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is in the $30 to $50 million range for budget.
It's like film's version of The Producers.
Yeah.
Oh, just don't let it be a hit.
Yeah, even when I do a simple search for budget, nothing comes up.
All right. So, now this is what I expect from the break room, the escape room, the escape room, is intriguing.
Right.
This is the kind of trailer I expect from January. Oh, the whole movie's laid out. It doesn't sound that good.
Yeah.
I can already taste the plot holes in the logic of this movie. Okay. Yeah. Now we're wading into January. What's next?
Real quick, iRobot, $50 million opening weekend, $52 million, made $350 million.
Wow. What was the budget on that?
$120 million. It was a high budget.
Yeah.
But it made $350 million worldwide. I mean, domestically.
Half of that budget was just getting David Hyde Pierce to do the voice.
Yeah, right. It made $144 million domestically, which by the budget standards is not very good. But the foreign total is what really made money.
I did eventually see it when it came out on video or DVD or whatever, and I just remember being extremely what was that? I remember is being extremely underwhelmed by it. So I guess it just never occurred to me that it made a shitload of money.
I remembered it making a lot of money when it came out. I did not see that in a theater. I did not care. As much as I like, actually, most of Alex Proyas' stuff. I love Dark City. I mean, that's a fucking great movie.
Oh, well, duh.
But the other one that he did with Nicolas Cage, what was that one called? That one was, it was one about the end of the world. Knowing.
Oh, Knowing. Yeah, I
like
that
Knowing.
Too.
I think
that got a lot of shit. That was that whole time period where Nicolas Cage did 5 or 10 films in a row, and everybody shit on them immediately.
He needed the money.
Yeah, but most of them were actually decent films.
Yeah, oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, I still think
Drive Angry.
He gets
like Drive Angry.
Yeah, I think he gets way more shit than he deserves.
No, I know.
And again, some of the films he does fully deserve the shit they get.
Oh yeah.
We reviewed The Wicker Man. We know.
We sure did. I still haven't seen the remake that he did of Bangkok Dangerous. I don't know if that's any good, or was it called Bangkok Dangerous? Didn't he do a remake?
Sure.
Didn't he do the remake for Bangkok Dangerous? Or
what's Bangkok Dangerous?
Hold on. Bangkok Dangerous. Nicolas Cage, Charlie Young. Came out 2008, right around the Drive Angry time, like a couple of years before Drive Angry, but definitely during his I Need the Money time.
Okay.
But yeah,
I don't remember that.
Bangkok Dangerous, and I believe that's a remake of a Chinese film of the same name or similar name. Thought it was. Let's see. If I do a search for Bangkok Dangerous, Emmanuel in Bangkok. I thought it was a remake of the same name. I mean, I'm getting... There's a few writers. Yeah, there's a film from 1999 called Bangkok Dangerous. So,
okay,
they remade it. Not even 10 years later.
Honestly, he did so much shit so quickly that I haven't even caught up to his stuff.
Didn't he have like a fucking dinosaur bone set, like real in his house? It's just like he was making so much money.
He owned a dinosaur and a castle, and when you have too much money and you give it to somebody to watch for you, you got to be careful about that choice.
Sure, I mean, and it's the opposite of what happened to Kevin Bacon and his wife Kira Sedgwick, where they gave it to Bernie Madoff to invest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that they were like being smart, but you know, unaware that it was the dumbest move ever. It's just like, listen, let's take our money and invest it properly. So then Kevin Bacon did the exact same thing that Nicolas Cage did, because you know, he lost millions of dollars because of Bernie Madoff. But it's like, shit, he was trying to do the right thing.
Ironically, this came up at work today because we were talking about movies.
Oh, yeah.
And somehow Wesley Snipes came up. I think it's because we were talking about, I'll tell you exactly the chain of command. Somehow we got on the topic of 3 billboards outside Billings, Montana.
No.
And
3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Ebbing, Missouri, same thing. And I stated, shit. I kind of said that what's his name?
Wesley Snipes.
Other one. From that movie.
Blah, blah, blah. He was in a bunch of Wesley Snipes films.
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson.
And I said Woody Harrelson's gotten better as he gets older. He's definitely become a far better actor as he's gotten older. And I said, hey, I like Money Train, but I'm not saying he's a good actor in it.
No, I know.
And then the one person I rarely agree with on film, she loved Money Train too. And then Wesley Snipes came up, and then the whole tax thing.
Yeah.
And she said how what's his face from Rush Hour.
Oh, what's his face?
You know, that annoying bastard.
Yeah. Is it Chris something?
Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker. There you go.
Thank you. And so how Chris Tucker had taken tax advice from Wesley Snipes. and apparently, because Wesley Snipes was going around telling all these other actors, yeah, you don't have to pay taxes. And I remember saying, who takes tax advice from Wesley Snipes?
Yeah, right. And you know what? That fucked up Chris Tucker so bad, he had to find Jesus.
Yeah, and Chris Tucker, out of anybody, him I understand taking tax advice from Wesley Snipes. If he's as smart as he is funny, then definitely I can see him doing that. But I was like, I said, and I actually used the example, Bernie Madoff, I understand. That was his job.
Right.
People assumed he was good at his job. But Wesley Snipes, who the fuck goes to Wesley Snipes? It's like, really, I don't have to pay taxes at all? I'm not even going to get a second opinion. I'm just going to go with that.
Unless that second opinion was
Blade, right?
Unless that second opinion was Bernie Madoff.
Yeah.
I confirmed it with Bernie. He said, "Don't bother. It's all good."
Wesley, I'm glad I bumped into you here at this cocktail party. What do you do with your taxes? Oh, I don't pay them. Good idea. No, come on, really?
Didn't he do 3 years? Like he went to jail for 3 years or something.
I know he got fucked up. You know, like almost as bad as Willie Nelson.
Like he's begging for another Blade film. I mean, like he's like.
He's the only one.
He's like
Chris Tucker want to do Rush Hour 4 with each other.
Well, Jackie Chan's like, I ain't doing it.
No, that's why Wesley Snipes says, I'll be Jackie Chan.
I'll do it. But I bet no matter what happens, if he was able to do a Blade 4, not that it would put him back on top, but he would be living a better life.
Well, that's something I don't care about. So there's a third film coming out.
There's a third film. Yes, and now, that's The Upside with Kevin Hart, Bryan Cranston, and Nicole Kidman.
Right. Now, this film I know a little bit about on some level.
Okay.
But I'll wait until after the trailer to discuss my previous knowledge of this.
Okay, you ready?
No.
No. Let me know when you're ready.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I got to say this. I'll say it this much. I think the reason why this is being released in January is I bet that it didn't test well for chemistry between Cranston and Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart, I'm sure, is funny in his own right. Bryan Cranston is always great, but I bet the two of them together isn't. There's probably the chemistry maybe didn't work out right.
I disagree. I have my own theory. I'm going to share that with you in a second.
Okay.
Now, briefly, I have seen the film this is a remake of.
Is it a foreign film?
Yeah, it's a foreign film. It's a French film. It was called The Intouchables, which is a horrible fucking name. Upside is 100% better. Yeah. And it is based on a true story. I don't believe... I'm trying to take a quick look. I'm pretty sure it's not directed by the same person. No, they just decided to make an American remake of it. The Intouchables came out 2011.
Okay.
I actually saw this while I was up at Goddard,
really?
dealing with that bullshit. And that was a good film too. Now, having seen that film and seeing this trailer, the big difference I can tell you right away is that the original film, the humor was much more subtle.
Okay.
All right, it was much more. It was an undertone of humor. It was the humor of. It was comedy. This, if you knew that film and you watched this, it's obvious that they're playing up to Kevin Hart's strengths, which is being funny.
Okay.
Right. So there's definitely much more over. He's doing the Chris Tucker thing or the Kevin Hart thing, I guess you could say. Oh, let me react. Ha ha. I get it. My theory: the minute I saw this trailer and saw it was in January, I immediately I said to myself, I know exactly what this is. Kevin Hart has been a big movie draw. They're throwing him in a bunch of shit, right?
Right.
However, this is his first film where he's actually attempting real acting.
Okay.
And I don't think the studio is comfortable with Kevin Hart not being the wacky black guy. I'm calling racism on it. Yes, I am 100% saying that the rich white Hollywood crowd that's produced and made this film and is going to make money on it, not the people that made the film, but the people that are bankrolling it and decide what goes where, they don't trust Kevin Hart as an actor. It's like, why is the wacky black man trying to act? Why is he acting with Bryan Cranston?
Now, I have some extra information here that I don't think blows that theory away, but it could also be that they buried this film because he was supposed to host the Oscars, and that bullshit, because of his gay tweets that he made.
Oh yeah,
they might have buried it because of that.
Yeah, the Oscars are really, they're just over the next 3 years, they're gonna fuck themselves so badly, bending over backwards, trying to please everybody and trying to avoid any criticism.
There's really serious talks of Black Panther getting a Best Picture nomination this year.
Yeah, and you know what?
That's utterly fucking ridiculous.
But just like Avatar was, and that's why they gave 10 films for Best Picture. We've talked about this.
No, I know.
So films that normally would never get a chance, they can say, well, hey, we didn't have that many choices, so, Black Panther.
But but doesn't the film in some way have to, and as much as I didn't like Avatar, bring something to the table that's like, okay, I get why this is nominated because it did this. At the time, Avatar was like the most expensive film ever made. It broke
shit.
Well, I know it was, but it
It
broke
was
some
shit.
new ground for CGI and graphics and sound and picture. I mean, it did something. Whereas Black Panther is just a fucking movie in the Marvel Extended Universe.
Let's underline this by the news that happened earlier in the year or last year. And I said at the time specifically, Black Panther is the reason why they did this. Remember when they suddenly said, "Hey, we're going to have a
Most popular,
most favorite picture category,
most popular." They were going to
most popular,
yeah,
and everybody everybody reasonably lost their shit.
Yeah,
like not like Twitterverse or whatever, but just like smart people
right.
were like, you can't fucking do that because that defeats the entire purpose of the fucking Oscars.
Yeah.
And then they backed down and they said, oh, we're gonna table that for discussion. I'm sure you are.
So
This is the Oscars. The whole white gold thing pushed them so far. And then the Me Too movement, and I'm not saying either of those were wrong.
No, I know. Believe me, I'm on board. I'm on board.
But because of those two things, they're so desperate to avoid any kind of basically they're part of the beast, and they're trying to pretend they're not.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous, and it's so funny watching them bend over backwards trying to prove they're not, and then at the same time like and let's give Oscars to films that are just everyone kind of liked.
And here's the thing too, Black Panther, I would not be one bit surprised if it did get a Best Picture nomination. I don't think it'll go further than that. But what bothers me is it takes a nomination away from a film that probably should be displayed. Like Nocturnal Animals from a couple of years ago. Not saying that's this instance, but I'm sure there's a Nocturnal Animals this year that should be nominated for Best Picture, which will get trumped by Black Panther, which has literally no reason to be there. It has no excuse to be there.
See, and
I'm not saying it's a bad film. It was not, but it is absolutely, by the very definition, not a Best Picture film.
Right. And again, the problem that the Oscars is having, and we'll get into this much more over the next 2 months, is that it's always walked this tightrope of trying to be relevant to the mass population, when what it is awarding is excellence beyond mass population. Pardon me, the rickets is kicking in. I don't. I'm out of bourbon.
So,
but
there's some other information that I have about this film, The Upside.
Please tell.
The fact that it was filmed 2 years ago. This film has been just making the film festival rounds for the last year and a half. Because it first premiered in September of 2017, nearly a year and a half ago. And it's just been making the rounds. The last time that it was at the Denver International Film Festival in November of 2018. And then it's now getting its wide release January of this month. So the fact that this film has been made for 2 years could mean a couple of things. It could mean that it has tested poorly throughout its entire festival run, or that maybe you're right with the studios not trusting Kevin Hart because he's making so many comedies along the same route. Or it could also be the fact that Kevin Hart directed. He acted in a film called About Last Night, which is a remake of the 80s film About Last Night, and that still hasn't been released.
Well, honestly, I'll be honest. I'm a David Mamet fan, not a huge fan of About Last Night. Not. I've read the play, too.
Yeah.
And I saw the movie when I was a kid, and I shouldn't have seen the movie.
Well, yeah. With Demi Moore and Rob Lowe.
Yeah. What are they doing in the bathtub? No. Yeah. I was too young for that shit.
I wasn't. But I didn't have that reaction.
Well, you probably saw it when you were older.
Yeah, maybe 9.
You saw it when you were 9?
Dude, you don't know the shit I saw.
All right. Well, I saw it in a theater. How about that?
You saw About Last Night in a movie theater?
I saw it in a movie theater.
Wow.
Yes.
What were you, like 10, 11?
I was. What year did it come out?
85. 85 or 86?
I was probably 12.
Wow.
11 or 12.
Let's see. Oh, that Kevin Hart film About Last Night apparently came out in 2014, but I guess it went straight to video. It came out in 1986. So you were, what, 13?
Yeah, I was probably 12 or 13. But yeah, I don't think it's because he's doing all these comedies, but I just think that they don't trust him as a straight actor, and this is a comedic elements, but a straight role.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I like Kevin Hart much more than I like some other comedic actors that are out there. Chris Tucker. But maybe the film's. I'm looking at IMDb and it has a rating of 3.5. Wow. There's no fucking way this film's that bad.
Yeah. And here's the thing too. Bryan Cranston. He looks at the script and he's actually pretty good at picking scripts. He's been nominated for an Oscar for Trumbo. I mean, he probably sees the script. He probably enjoys the script, and he's wheelchair bound, and it's a challenging role for him to do. He probably was like really intrigued by it. And
challenging role. He gets to sit through the whole film. That's a challenging role.
But what's his face? I can never remember his name. But the dude from Dusk Till Dawn.
Which one?
The guy in the very, very beginning that actually became an Oscar-nominated actor.
Oh, yeah.
That guy was in a film where he was, from the neck down, paralyzed. And he got nominated for an Oscar for that.
Yeah.
So, not that I'm saying Cranston was thinking, I'll get nominated for an Oscar, but, he probably, felt something for the script.
And dude, it's a remake of a French film. Come on. You got to jump on. As an actor, get on that.
3.5. That just, that's, there's no way this is 3.5.
No, nothing from that trailer says to me. All that trailer says to me is, yeah, we don't think this is Oscar material. We're going to dump it in January. Well, Kevin Hart.
I'm looking at, oh my God. It's a 3.5, but there's 1,000 ratings for it. There's 560 of them were rated a 1. 199 of them were rated a 10. And then there's 300 or so in between that are between 2 and 9.
Again, I'm going to play the race card again. All I see is a bunch of people in Aspen say, "What's this Kevin Hart guy doing? What's he doing in a real film? What is it in living color on anymore? I don't understand this. I'm gonna give it a 1. Fucking uptight, rich white bastards." And I know he never was in living color. That was how I was showing how ignorant white people are.
Well, yeah,
that was the whole point of that. But I mean, this actually looks like a decent film. I have no idea why it's in January, except they just dumped it there because they didn't want to compete with anything else.
It kind of looks like they've been making the circuit for the last year and a half, and they just didn't have anywhere to put it.
You know what? I'll even say, you showed this at film festivals. This isn't snotty enough for film festivals. This is too mainstream of a movie.
Yeah, no, it definitely.
This isn't our house.
The trailer feels it.
Yeah, this isn't the butterfly and the diving bell.
Yeah,
this is
right.
Yeah, this is like this is I can't come up with an analogy. Anyway, this is one of those. This is like the good film that's released in January. There's always one every year.
Yeah,
this is it, without a doubt. This is it. I don't want to see it in the theater because I saw the original, so I'd rather just watch it when it comes out.
Well, the thing is, I was trying to take a look, and I looked before, and that's why I ended up finding out just now that it was filmed like a couple of years ago, and it's been making the film festival circuit. Because I was like, all right, maybe this is one of those released in December and then goes wide in January. They do that with Oscar films all the time. Mm-hmm. All the time. That is the way they do it. November and December, limited release. January, wide release.
Well, isn't that what they did with Vice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's going wide later this month, I believe. Or tomorrow. Right. I think it's going wide tomorrow. But it's been out since December 25th.
Right.
So that movie looks fucking great.
And here's the problem too. Like the IMDb description, a comedic look at the relationship between a wealthy man with quadriplegia and an unemployed man with a criminal record. A comedic look.
Yeah.
That's
so
like how you
funny.
set up like an improv sketch. That's not how you.
Yeah, right.
It's not a fucking. Yeah, it just seems like they don't have no idea how to present this film to people.
No, and it probably tested poorly.
I'm wondering if it's even less. I'm wondering if the cake is a lie. If the trailer actually plays up the comedy, and when you watch the film, it's actually more serious.
Yeah.
And they only did that because it's Kevin Hart. They're not going to take him in a serious. I wouldn't even. Now I want to see it more because that just occurred to me. That would be interesting if you watch it and go, "Wow, this isn't anywhere close to like the humor they were showing there." It's like, which would be closer to the French film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next is the it's what's on the screen right now is Buena Vista International, which makes this a Disney movie technically because it's Buena Vista, but it's glass.
Right.
And this, as a matter of fact, this is the final trailer. So I actually haven't seen this specific trailer. I saw the original trailer that came out. This is the final one. So,
me too. All right, I'm ready for this.
Yeah. So, all right, let me cue it up. All right, you ready?
Yep.
I hate these fucking trailers that the company has to put their fucking shit at the end. Hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking drives me fucking bonkers.
I still haven't seen Split.
Me neither.
And I'm going to be watching it because I guarantee my wife is going to want to see this with me in the theater because Unbreakable is still like one of our top favorite films.
Love that fucking movie. So fucking good. And I think this film, and I don't know this as fact, I just know this from what I'm thinking. It's a January release only because, not because it didn't test well, but because M. Night Shyamalan, Ding Dong, Shyamalami, all
right, easy there.
His last film, which was The Visit, was released in January. Mm-hmm. And I have a feeling that there was so much, which we talked about that film, we reviewed it, which it was kind of like a rebirth for M. Night. He went back to his roots and decided to get out of the, the Lady in the Water type shit. What was the other film he did that was so bad with the fucking air, The Happening?
The Happening.
Oh, doing.
Hey, guys, the bees are disappearing. Have you any thoughts about the bees disappearing?
Yeah, The Last Airbender, like doing these really, oh god, these horrible films. So he got away from that. He went back to his roots, but the studio did not have any faith in him. So they put his film out in January, The Visit, which actually turned out to be a very good film and did extremely well at the box office. So they've done this before. So I think the reason it's a January film is only because he had success with his last film in January.
I disagree only in the fact that I think it's the same reason that they put The Visit. They still don't trust him.
I don't think so. I really don't. Because the studios are known to do this. When Liam Neeson did Taken, right? Mm-hmm. When Liam Neeson did Taken, the studio, for whatever reason, one or another, didn't test well. They didn't get it. They put it in January. And it was a huge fucking hit. So then every Liam Neeson movie comes out in January now. He did the other two Taken sequels. He did The Passenger. He did that movie The Grey. All January.
What's the budget on this?
This?
Yeah, what's the budget on Glass?
I bet it's under 50. Let me take a look. 20. 20 million.
20. Their only fascination with M. Night was that he was a blockbuster director.
Yes.
And then he stopped being it and had a series of failures. Now they don't believe in him anymore. So he's gone back and making low budget films and doing what he wants to do. And they know for a fact that what he's making, even if it's well received, is not a blockbuster film. So they're dumping it in January. I think it's just totally has to do with the industry as a whole not trusting him still.
Now,
plus Plus, Unbreakable, even though it has a strong cult following, I think, based on the people I talk to, it's still not considered a good, a successful film by these people.
And the only reason why
everything after fucking Sixth Sense is just shit on. Period.
Well,
he doomed himself by coming out of the gates a fucking genius, and everything since then has been compared to that. But at least now he's stopped trying to do what they wanted, and he's doing what he wants to do.
Yeah, and I applaud him for it, because he was at one point making shitty film after shitty film, and now I hope you're right. I hope he is now doing what he wants to do, and that's great, because I've been wanting an Unbreakable sequel or a continuation forever, and we finally have it with Glass. Yeah. So, the thing of it is, I actually think this movie is going to do well at the box office.
It's January. It doesn't have much competition.
Well, it's alone. It's the only film being released that weekend, and on top of that, not only that, there isn't another film for a whole solid week. Which the next two films are the next ones we're going to talk about. They're not going to have any competition for this at all, for Glass.
Right.
They are going to not do well on their own. Glass is going to be like a date night film well into February for Valentine's Day. Because I'm looking at the February release, and it's got some stuff, but Glass is definitely going to be doing okay into February. It's going to be, until at least Valentine's Day, it's going to be pretty good.
But this is probably the film I'm excited to see in January.
Oh, definitely. There's no other film that I care about more.
And it's not just an accident that it's not premiering with anything else that week.
Oh no, that's absolutely. That's why the previous week has 3 films opening up, and then the week after Glass has 2 films opening up. Glass is alone.
Right.
It's the only film all month that's alone.
I'm not sure why no one's going up against Escape Room, because that seems weird. But I totally understand why no one else is going up against Glass.
So I thought Escape Room had another film with it. You're right. Escape Room is the only film. You would think that one of the 3 that are opening on the 11th would have tried to open tomorrow.
Yeah,
like Upside or Replicas. Well, no, you would put a horror film and a comedy. That would be the smart move, because then people split anyway with that stuff.
You do the dog film, because the dog film, it's going to be all the simple people that wouldn't go to a horror film anyway.
Yeah, are you talking about the churchgoings?
No, I'm just talking about the kids,
the simple people,
sappy women, people that like a film about a dog as a narrator. We got 2 more to go, sir. Let's burn through these.
All right, let's do it. All right,
my throat's a hurt.
So next up is The Kid Who Would Be King.
Oh, we're doing that one next? Okay.
I think that's the one that's up next. Oh, no, it's not. It's Serenity. Serenity is the next one.
I have no idea what this is, so... no, I think I do, but yeah, I'm ready for it.
Well, I know that they stole the fucking name from the good film called Serenity.
No, they didn't steal it. Serenity is a very general term, sir. Let's,
well,
this was a space opera, I'd agree with you.
Let's put it this way. Serenity was made in 2005. There's no reason to call anything else Serenity after that.
Sure there is, because Serenity is a very good term. I'm ready when you are.
All right, let's do it.
You're not digging it?
No, I'm not.
I'm digging it.
I don't think it's going to be a bad film. I'm just not going to go out of my way to see it.
I think I've already figured the film out.
Yeah, I'm not going to go over it, because in case I'm wrong.
Same here.
I'll see it. I'm sure eventually, because I'm sure my wife's going to want to see this. It feels like it's based on a book, but I'm looking at it. It's not. It's written and directed by Stephen Knight. So, what else?
What's he done?
Let's find out. I mean, he's written some good stuff, like Eastern Promises. He's done the show Peaky Blinders, Dirty Pretty Little Things. He's written a bunch of stuff, actually. Eastern Promises is probably, I would say that's the biggest thing he's ever written. But I mean, he's done like Seventh Son, which was a big film. He did the Girl in the Spider's Web, which just came out a couple of months ago. So I mean, the guy's working. What is he out? Let's see what he's directed. He's only directed 4 things, which is the Detectives, which was a TV show from the 90s. A film called Redemption in 2013.
Oh yeah, that's it was the other name for that was Hummingbird. I have that.
Jason Statham. Yep.
Jason Statham film. He's a homeless guy that finds like a rich guy's suit and everything. Not a bad film.
Did a film called Locke with Tom Hardy.
Which, yeah, I have that film on my Plex. I've not watched
it.
It looks
critically,
good.
Critically just through the roof.
Yeah, it's supposed to be very good. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah, and it's not a long film too. It's only 85 minutes. But the thing is, I bet it's one of those films that it doesn't feel like 85 minutes because it's probably beginning to end. I'm looking at the trailer right now. It's probably beginning to end. It probably moves. You know what I mean?
He wrote that film Burnt.
Oh. Let's see.
I want to see this.
And then he did this.
Huh?
And then he did this. He did Serenity. Yeah. Now listen, I'm not saying it's a bad film. I just the trailer just didn't do anything for me.
See, for me, it got me because I think I know what it's trying to do, and if it does it well, it's going to be a good film. If I'm dedicating myself to watching January films, this is going to be on the list.
Oh, of course. I mean, I'm not dumb.
Yeah, I mean,
it's going to be this in Glass. If I force myself to go out and see anything this month, those are my 2.
Honestly, even Glass, I don't I'm still worried about it.
I'm definitely worried about it.
I think like out of all the trailers we've seen up to this point, Serenity is the most promising one for me. As far as delivering something,
let's talk after this last trailer. We're going to do our finger list.
Okay.
All right. So the last film is The Kid Who Would Be King.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ!
You ready?
Is this a Disney film?
I'll look it up as we're watching the trailer. You ready?
All right.
All right.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Go.
Sword in the... No. No. You don't lump up Luke Skywalker with Harry fucking Potter, and you don't learn the drive
from Mario Kart.
You don't learn how to do bootleggers turns from fucking Mario Kart. Sorry. No. Everything about this trailer irritates me to no end. Seriously.
I agree. Fuck this movie.
Oh.
It's so fucking stupid.
Ended on a down note there.
Yeah, it's the film that it's being released at the end of the month. So they're hoping that they can get away with it not being a January film because it's so close to the end of the month.
Yeah, that's usually the good spot. That's where Taken was.
Yeah. It's still a January film, but yeah, when you get closest to February, it's like, listen, February is full. We'll go end of January. It's technically a January film, but it feels like a February film anyway. But it's just like, this belongs in January.
Oh, haven't we had enough of this shit?
I'll tell you what, though.
The fact to even mention Harry Potter in the film just shows that they're desperate.
Oh, well,
so yeah. In case it's not obvious, Harry Potter.
This year's January films don't feel as fun. You know, like when we would go to the movies and it'd be like, coming this January. And be like, we'd just point and laugh. And be like, oh my God.
I think last year was a very good January year, I think.
Yes, it was. Check out that podcast if you can't get enough of this one. But we do this January podcast every single year. And this one feels like there's only 7 films. It feels like more of a weak January. There's a few stinkers in there, but it doesn't feel as fun as a normal January.
Yeah, honestly, I could watch more than half of these films.
Yeah.
I mean, without too much chagrin. I mean, I'm very hopeful about a lot of these. I'll be honest. It's not.
All right.
You know.
So finger list.
Oh, this is hard.
Do you remember the finger list, everybody? If you don't, if you're new to the show, the finger list used to be something we did during the top 10, where we would go through the top 10. And
just to underline, we stopped doing the top 10 first because it would take us an hour to do the fucking top 10 films.
Yeah.
Because we can't shut the fuck up.
Remember that sound effect?
Oh, yeah.
So the way it works is we will pick one of these films. We would rather cut our pinky finger off than to go see. And we would always we do this in the top 10.
Yeah, you're in line with your date. You're gonna go see a movie. At which one of these films did she mention? You just pull out the pocket knife and say, "Right here, I will take it out right here on the concession stand." If you make me go see this film.
That's right.
That's really what the finger list is.
All right, so I already have mine. I had mine about an hour and a half ago.
It's not a tough call. It really narrows down the two films, I think.
Yeah, two movies, and I think for me, and I think you're going to agree with me, so there's no spoiler here. It's got to be. I'd rather cut my pinky finger off than to go see A Dog's Way Home.
You know, I was 100% on board of that until I watched The Kid Who Would Be King, and now I'm kind of like tied. I don't know.
No, there's no fucking way I could give a flying fucking shit about seeing A Dog's Way Home. The Kid Would Be King, it looks horrible, but at least it's gonna have something that I think I might enjoy at some point. Whereas I think in A Dog's Way Home, I am not gonna enjoy any single minute of that movie.
I think it's for me like oh yeah, stupid dog walking across country, narrator of the dog and cute shit. But then I'm looking at the kid as things like, oh, fucking Harry Potter. This is like direct-to-video Harry Potter. I just, oh.
No. I think it's A Dog's Way. It's A Dog's Way Home for me. I think there's going to be more redeeming value in The Kid Who Would Be King.
I might.
No, don't let me persuade you. Go with your gut.
It's tough. No, it's tough. I'm telling you, I'm drawn. It's like a 50-50. It's like it's every single thing about that trailer for The Kid Who Would Be King is so ham-fisted. Like none of it rings. Suddenly, like Name of the Dog Bella doesn't seem like that bad far of a stretch.
Yeah. Wow.
Wait, what are the run times?
Okay. The runtime for The Kid Would Be King is...
No, start off with... All right, go off with that one, yeah.
No, I can get you the runtime for... The runtime for A Dog's Way Home... you'd think Box Office Mojo would list it because,
IMDb, dude, that's the go-to site. I don't know why you're fucking...
The IMDb doesn't list the runtime.
Yeah, sure it doesn't. Come on.
Dude, I'm telling you, there is no runtime. How is that even possible?
I think you're just not looking in the right spot.
No, I am.
Hang on.
I'm going to have to go to the fucking wiki page.
Wow, there's no runtime.
That's what I'm telling you.
What the fuck is up with that?
There isn't a runtime for either movie.
This is a fucking secret? Come on, people.
It's like they have to be able to figure out. Okay, I got a runtime from Wikipedia page. A Dog's Way Home is 102 minutes. So it's an hour and 42 minutes.
All right, a bit longer than it should be.
The Kid Who... That's going to be over 2 hours. I'm telling you, it's going to... Here, The Kid Who Would Be King is 2 hours and 12 minutes.
No fucking way. No, that's it. That's it.
What?
No, that's a half hour more than the... I could be... No.
Here's the thing. No. It comes out in January in the United States, but it comes out in February in the UK.
No. Yeah, because... Yeah. No, two out... No. Nah.
Like,
half an hour.
Why doesn't IMDb have runtimes? I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me.
That's weird. I think IMDb's slipping.
Something is slipping.
I don't know who they're competing with, but whoever it is, they're feeling it.
Yeah.
No. I'm gonna have to go with The Cue to Would Be King. That's it.
Okay.
It's again tough competition between the two.
Yeah.
But an hour. What was that? An hour and 41 minutes.
Hour 42.
42.
Yeah.
10 minutes of that is like opening and closing credits.
Probably.
Gotta be. I'm okay. And then there's gonna be at least a lot of. It's gonna be a lot of like just.
So what you're saying is, it's less pain on screen because it's a shorter runtime.
And I sincere cutesiness over this ham-fisted, like Percy Dragon and whatever
Percy
the fuck
Jackson.
it was. Yeah, the fact they mentioned Percy Jackson in that is like no.
Yeah, it was. What did it say? The producers of Percy Jackson and I can't remember. It was another. Oh, The Night at the Museum.
Yeah,
that was the other franchise.
That's just that. Oh, so it's gonna suck that bad? Okay, yeah. And hey, at least in A Dog's Purpose, you get to watch the dog die over and over again. So there's that.
We don't know that the dog dies.
No.
In the Dog's Purpose. Oh,
that because that was linked to this film. It's like, all right, you know what?
Yeah, wasn't that one where the dog keeps getting reincarnated? It dies multiple times during the film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's some silver lining.
So I'm gonna make a prediction that the dog doesn't die.
I sound like a horrible person.
I'm gonna make a prediction that the dog doesn't die in A Dog's Way Home. I'm.
Oh no, definitely not.
It's gonna be a happy ending.
I think it'd be funny if he's in some way accidentally causes the death of the dog from a Dog's Purpose. Maybe a nice crossover, like the car that swerves to miss him hits that dog. Talk about a crossover.
I want to say A Dog's Purpose was also a January film. I want to say that. I'm going to find out right now. Dog's Purpose came out January last year.
Yeah, we talked about it on the podcast.
Yes,
I remember
we
now.
did. Yes, we did. It was part of last year's podcast.
Because I hadn't heard about it before. And I actually remember being shocked. So we watched the dog die over and over again? and if we did a fingerless that year, that was probably my fingerless choice. I can
find out what the January films were of last year. I could do that super quick.
Know. Well, I don't know. I think we should just let people go back to that episode. Do we have that one up on YouTube yet?
Yeah, the one from last year? Yeah, we have to. Those are easy to put up because they're just trailers.
Right.
Yeah. I'm actually going to take a quick look.
Because if we don't, we should get it up this month.
I'm pretty sure it's up because it's.
I kind of feel like it is too.
It's just trailers, and we get flagged, but the flagging that we get is just for so that they can monetize it. They don't. They don't take us down for it.
Right.
So let's see. Last year, Bad January Films, 2018, where the backdrop is a dumpster fire. Yes, that is up, and it's a 2-hour and 12-minute show. What are we pushing on this episode?
Hour under 2 hours.
Hour and 34 on this one.
And I think we're going to wrap it up now.
We are going to wrap it up.
Before my throat gets too
because
bad.
Because there's a lot less movies we reviewed this year, so... All right, so that is the finger list for the Bad January Films, and
that is our Bad January release films episode.
Yes.
Now, again, a first for our January episodes is that I will be following up with reviews of these films. I'm going to be seeing a lot more movies in the theaters.
Yeah.
Going to try to be a bit more topical. So we will be reviewing next week. I will be reviewing, no matter what, Escape Room next week.
Yeah.
And as a loose prediction, I have a feeling that I'll be reviewing Replicas, Glass. There's no fucking way I'm doing The Kid Who Would Be King. I might see Serenity the week after. I don't know. There's no fucking way. No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, whatever you do, I'll look forward to it.
But definitely next episode, Escape Room will be on the block.
All right.
And as Joey mentioned, Oscar nominees are announced the 22nd.
Yeah. And
so
we're going to figure out what we're going to do with that. There's some nominees that we are pretty positive are going to be nominated. We might review those and push them out when the nominees come out. Otherwise, they'll just be episodes on their own, because there's no fucking way we can do upwards of 10 films in 4 weeks and then only get 2 days off, 3 days off, and then do a live show. So if we can get some of these in early, we won't release them until the nominees come out. But if we can do some early, that'd just be better for everybody. Mainly just but
it's gonna be tight.
It's
gonna be a busy
tight.
couple months.
Yeah. So if we can get these episodes done ahead of time, it'll be a little less tight. So yeah.
Yeah, we might have to do some weekend work.
Oh, let's try not to. All right, real quick, let's get it out and done. Moviesucktastic.com. Go to our website, download the show, listen to the show, tune in live every week at 8 o'clock. I just realized today I'm going to have to redo our whole fucking website again. There are so many problems with the Flash on there because web browsers don't like to use it anymore. I'm going to have to switch to HTML5. I know I'm getting technical, but it's like, this is like the third website in as many years, just about. Fucking crazy. Anyway, go to iTunes, download or listen to the show there. Leave us email. The address is themovieguys@moviesucktastic.com. Leave us voicemail. The phone number is 908-514-4470. You can also go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/moviesucktastic. You can go to our Tumblr page at moviesucktastic.tumblr.com. And you can download the free Android app. Everything I just said is in that, so we highly recommend you do that. And well, that just pretty much wraps it up with that. Next week we will be reviewing something. We just
breaking
don't
up
know
on
yet.
me.
The music's playing in the background. Do you have any words of wisdom, Mr. Wilson?
He gonna fuck that little dog.
And with that, we will talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.